those of you who don't know us yet, we are Carol&Ken, and we like touring in our little red camper, tiny Nissan MV200 built by Sussex Camper Vans. We offer tips and tricks for how to survive in such a tiny van, and also try and demonstrate just how easy it is to wild camp. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, we're currently on our way to the Isle of Man. That was our ferry just docking there, so hopefully we won't have long to wait before we can board. The other passengers are beginning to disembark now. Lots of horrible creaks, isn't there?
Yeah.
Groans from this ramp. Cars up ahead seem to be having a difficult time.
Well, people are having difficulty getting onto the ramp. It's very steep. So she's telling them to keep to the left.
Because the ramp is steep, I think she's making people put one wheel on first and then the other.
Keep to the left. I made it. Well done.
I didn't notice any difficulty at all coming up there, to be honest. It's not like your normal.
Yeah.
Now, as we were coming down here, I wasn't really sure which way we were expected to go.
There's an awful lot.
So which way do they want us all to go?
Well, I just that way.
Follow him.
Okay, thank you. Looks like you've got to go all the way round, back down to there. Oh, you've got to go behind this guy.
I guess so. As it is the case on all ferries, space is at a premium, so they parked us very close to the wall and close to the vehicle in front.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Right, let's get ready and go. It's looking pretty empty at the moment, but I'm sure there's plenty more vehicles to come. We locked everything up and we made sure we disabled the car alarm before we went up to the cabins. But during the voyage, we heard many alarms going off downstairs. COVID restrictions are still in place on board. Whilst you're moving around, you have to wear a mask, and I was quickly told to put one on. We were looking for the deck number so that we could remember which way to come back, but there was nothing marked. It's not really a problem. It's only one flight up and you're in the passenger section.
Relax, breathe easy.
So on the way out, we need to remember that we go down the stairs in the red section. So this is the lounge in the centre of the vessel next to the shop. Coming up on the right hand side is the cafeteria. Through this door is the front lounge where you can see where the ferry is heading. And we can just check on the wall display here where our reserve lounge is. We needed power for a laptop during the crossing, so that's why we reserved seats. So having found out where we needed to go, the first thing we did was go straight back to the cafeteria and get some breakfast. As well as full cooked breakfast, they also do a selection of sausages. We went for the full breakfast, but to be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy it. The full works, including a drink, costs £8.20 per person.
Close your eyes.
Now, don't get me wrong, I managed to eat it all, but it just wasn't the tastiest breakfast or the prettiest that we've had. Pretty soon after boarding, the shop opened and we went for a look round the rest of the ship. The The biggest and busiest lounge is at the rear of the vessel, where there's another sort of bar cum cafeteria. And also here you can go outside if you want to. You get a nice view of leaving Liverpool, but it's very fumey out here and there were plenty of people smoking, so not particularly pleasant. This ferry really moves when it gets going, these two massive powerful engines. One last look of Liverpool before we head across the Irish Sea to the Isle of Man. The premium and reserve lounges are just one floor up. We'd reserved 2 seats next to a power socket, and that was £10 extra for the both of us. It's quite a bit quieter up here. The seats are comfortable and there's plenty of leg room. Whilst the ship was docked and we were having our breakfast, there was quite a swell that you could clearly feel whilst you're on board. But during the crossing, it was as smooth as glass. We soon were overtaking the lorry version of the ferry. It's a bit embarrassing when Carol managed to startle the passengers. The crossing takes 2 3/4 hours, but we had a tailwind and we arrived a little bit earlier than expected.
I said it would be rough when we turn in.
Yeah.
Across the way.
Yeah. We were all soon called back down to the car deck, and as you can imagine, there's always a little bit of a queue when everyone's going back at the same time. The camper was just as we left it. Okay, Chutney, we're back in the van.
To get the sat-nav set up now.
Yeah.
So we know where we're going.
So we're just basically going to come off the ferry, cross the bridge, and then come around this head and go to this park up here and just get our bearings. Or if we see somewhere better, we'll go there.
Is it raining?
Yep, it's a wet one.
Yeah.
If you make the crossing, be aware that when you hit this green road surface, just as you get off, the whole van shakes to bits. Oh, we got wobble on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Everything's shaking.
This is the queue
Yeah.
to get in.
Prior to boarding, just after we made the booking, we'd filled in all of our details online and we had QR codes.
Hello there, guys. You okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
I need some ID and those QR codes, which are perfect.
That's one.
Okay. And just the ID, please. Thanks.
We just showed our driving licenses.
That's perfect, guys.
Okay.
Enjoy your stay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Cheers
you.
now. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Ta-da. So we just came straight out of the port and took a left over the bridge. And we're here, Bunny.
We have landed.
We have landed.
Safe and sound.
The Isle of Man, a new one for us, isn't it, Bunny?
It is.
Can go left here. I'm supposed to go right, so this is the first mistake.
I don't think so.
Don't you?
It should have gone right. This is just a long
I'll tell you what, let's have a look down here.
Yeah, well there's a car park at the end here, down
Yeah.
by the harbour.
Good recovery, Ken. Best laid plans.
Yeah.
You here, yeah?
Yep. I think we better turn round, we can't go any further.
A quick 3-point turn and we were back in the right direction. There's a nice old wallow on the way out in, wasn't it?
On the way into the harbour.
Yeah.
With the cross flow.
Yeah. To Castletown. It's got a lot of character, isn't it?
It has lovely buildings.
this hill where
Yeah.
it says car park.
Now up here, up this hill. Straight up.
Yeah.
So we decided to stop here again instead of staying on the road.
Now Carol thinks we've gone wrong again,
Yeah.
but actually we haven't, and we do need to come this way.
Don't go down there.
Why not?
It's a no through road.
So? You don't want to know what's down here.
It's very windy.
It's
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
quite a
Don't come off the edge.
blowy one, this down here, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, well you wouldn't have seen it if you'd not gone down here, would you? I
Yeah.
wonder if this is a toll road or something. As soon as we saw this quirky tower, we instantly fell in love with this place.
Oh, is it? Oh, maybe we are meant to be on this. This is the road.
Charlie, you're slacking.
Oh,
Sack the assistant.
I can't navigate and film.
Sometimes she can't even navigate when she's not filming. That's an impressive little arch.
Very pretty. 1891.
We like this, don't we?
Yeah.
It's a place to park for the night.
As long as the wind's in the right direction.
Yeah.
It looks very choppy out there.
Now on Google Maps we'd seen that there was a park up down here, and hopefully it's going to be good enough for us to stay the night.
So, first impressions.
I think the Isle of Man is a little gem.
It is so far.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, this drive. And that's in the pouring rain. What's it
Yeah.
going to be like in nice weather?
What's that place in Pigeon? Oh, this is Pigeon Stream car park. This is the place we're looking for.
This is where you were going to hole up for the afternoon.
Yeah. I can think of worse views.
Beautiful.
The weather doesn't matter at all when you've got a nice view. That do you, Bubba?
I think so.
Good. Let's get settled, shall we? Kettle on, Mother. A cup of tea on, that's what we need, isn't it? We're gasping, aren't we?
Yeah, quite dry.
She's gasping.
Didn't have any water on the ferry.
Is that going out the window as well?
Yeah.
We don't normally tip water out the window, but as
only
it's
a bit of water. We would
super
normally go
breezy.
into the grass.
it's only clean water and it's swilling out the tea.
A little bit of tea and water.
Here we go. Now normally I'd go outside and I'd show you where we're parked, but I think I'll let the rain stop first. Fortunately we can't fly a drone here because we're in a restricted zone. The airport's not very far away, and I'll put on the screen a map that shows you how much of the island is banned from drone flight. Everything just had to come out the cupboard because I stupidly let my phone go down the side here between the seats. Just as we were getting all comfy as well, wasn't it, Charlie?
Start again.
Well done, Bunny. Thank you for that.
So tonight we're having something quick and easy because it's our first night. And I've just got some fish cakes in the Ridge Monkey. So we've got some new potatoes, and I'm going to do some carrots, and finally we're just going to add in some frozen peas.
Like a Turkish bath in here.
Without the roof up.
Yeah.
A bit steamy.
Bit too blowy to put the roof up, isn't it, Bunny? See, there's another big cloud of rain coming in over there across the sea. It's clearer than it was though when we arrived, isn't it?
Oh yes. Treat.
Carol's memory is failing. She's forgotten how she dishes up 2 plates.
Forgotten how I dish up. There's obviously not room for 2.
Yeah, I can't remember myself. We're beginning to lose it, aren't we?
Yeah, well I must just do one on here. So haddock fish cakes, and they've got like a cheesy filling.
Tasty.
And I'll give you some butter on your veg.
Thank you. Looks delicious.
Nice to get some veg.
Yeah. This is lovely, Bunny. Thanks for this.
Hopefully I've done your potatoes the way you like them.
I hope so.
Do you like them firm?
I do.
Every time, bang your head.
Yeah, well, we don't normally have them that far forward, do we? When you're relaxing, it's nice to get them. It's all right when you're laying in the bed, because then they're... But to have them here whilst you're sitting like this, they're right in front of your face, aren't they? Got the orange.
Yeah, you're orange now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Orange.
the rain stopped again.
You wanted to go outside and do some filming.
Yeah, and then it started pouring down. As soon as I got my shoes on it.
And you can't fly the drone here.
No.
There's an airport
Yeah, well, this is
nearby,
the whole
isn't there?
south of the
Yeah.
islands in a no-fly zone.
because of the radius of the no-fly zone.
Yeah, but who was it that said they don't fly after 9 o'clock? Someone.
Well, from the commercial airport. I don't know about any other little airfields.
Yeah. I suppose you could. I mean, there's nothing to stop you ringing up the airport and saying, "Can I have permission to fly?"
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Can only say no, can't they? You're no worse off.
that's right.
Yeah. But maybe further north, up the north end of the island.
Well,
There's some areas you can fly up there, isn't there?
you fly to your heart's content there.
Yeah. Okay, good.
There's a prison
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not allowed to fly over, and there's another little airfield.
Yeah.
First impressions about Isle of Man is there are park-ups everywhere.
Well, there's no signs or anything
No.
saying no overnight camping.
On the way here, I spotted about
passed
half a dozen
loads.
places
Yeah.
I would be prepared to stay.
Yeah. And we just briefly had a glimpse of the town. It looked really quaint, and
Yeah.
lovely, and the buildings look lovely.
Yeah,
So,
when the weather's nice, we'll go back there, but we've
yeah.
got plenty of time, and we.
Seeing as we've only just arrived and driven up this one road,
Yeah,
but I think we're going to have a great time.
yeah. One benefit of switching to the Mac is it makes a nice little TV for watching YouTube and DVDs. This was a really cosy evening, despite the weather. Join us next time for when we begin to explore the island and get to know the Isle of Man. If you want to watch more now though, then the link on the left will take you to our series from Anglesey and North Wales, and the link on the right will tell you all about the Little Red Camper.